Okay.
Bryce Young. Okay. I'm gonna start off mine. He was the last quarterback I watched because I kind of made the mistake. I started off with offensive lineman this year, and I started off with a really technically sound, like really good guy. And then I watched everyone else, and I was like, dude, these guys suck. But I find out that's like the wrong way to go. But Bryce Young was last, and I kept it for that reason. Some of the pros I have, live arm. No BS in this dude. He can sling it straight up.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know everyone's gonna laugh at this and be like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't even know the human being. I'm telling you, there's an it factor with him. There's moxie. There's those intangibles that you look for in a quarterback. Are you denying that?
No, I mean, I hate hearing that. He's got it.
He does.
He's got it.
He does. People may say when Anthony Richardson, like, he has it. I don't think so. I think Bryce Young has it.
Okay.
Because on the tape it shows up. Every big third down.
I feel like you're comparing him to another 5'10" quarterback who doesn't have it. Who's just a shitty leader.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of getting into your brain right now.
No. That's the one con with him.
What did you hear about him before you evaluated him? Just curious.
Oh, he was smart. He knew how to prepare.
Did you hear people say, "Oh, this guy's Kyler Murray"?
No.
I heard people say like, "Oh, he's Kyler Murray reminds me of."
I didn't really hear
I heard that and I was like, okay, because you know me, I don't watch college football. But I watched more this year just to watch the prospects because I'm learning.
Yeah.
This guy is not the athlete. This guy is nowhere near as good athlete as Kyler Murray. That's just my thing because I heard people saying it and I just don't agree and I want to just point it right now. He's a fine athlete.
Yeah.
But he's nothing spectacular. I can see a lot of plays where I'm like, oh, he looks like he's gonna run. Here comes a linebacker ready to hawk his ass.
Yeah.
Because Kyler Murray was the fastest guy on Oklahoma, other than Hollywood Brown.
I would say this though, he's nothing special like you said with Kyler Murray, but he has an escape artist to him, and I would say, I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. It's Patrick Mahomes like the way he escapes. It's sudden movements. It's quick in the feet. It's not like, oh, I'm going to roll out. I'm going to create time like Anthony Richardson. It's, let me just go ahead and move over here.
Yeah, you know, he moves, but the one thing I see a little differently, like I feel like in the NFL level, and this has been a little surprising, is Mahomes will turn the corner on a linebacker, right? Like he'll get away. This guy does not get away. Those guys becoming like rockets, and this dude's like, oh shit, I got to get rid of the ball right now. Yeah. That's just what I noticed from him. And I want to say this though. I think his play style is better suited for a 5'10", 200-pound quarterback than Kyler Murray's. What I mean by that is they like to use Kyler Murray on designed runs. Is that good for him? No, never good in the long run, because the big con about this guy is his frame. And I know people are going to say, it doesn't matter, Drew Brees, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Doesn't matter. Kyler Murray is 5'10". This guy's 5'10". This guy's not 200 pounds. This guy's like 180, 190.
204, 5'10",
yeah.
204.
Oh, yeah, I ate a lot before I came to the combine. Yeah. Who gives a shit? There's a reason he didn't run. He didn't do anything. Because there was no question about that. No one cared about that. All anyone knows is this guy above 200 pounds. Yeah. He doesn't play that big, and that's the big worry thing. It's not about Bryce Young. I think right now Bryce Young's better than Anthony Richardson. But in 2 years, 3 years, am I going to be like, oh, Bryce Young's had like 4 shoulder injuries because he's a munchkin?
I get you. I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
One thing that a lot of people don't really pick up on, Alabama wasn't that good this year.
So can I give you something real quick?
Yeah.
Lost a lot of people. There's no Jameson Williams on this.
Yes.
So if you watch 2021, you're like, damn, Jameson Williams, there he goes. Right. Oh, John Mechie, real good guy.
Right.
Running back, good. Oh, right. Brian Robinson, okay.
Yes.
I didn't see. I was like, damn, who are these guys?
Jahmyr Gibbs. That's it. That's their number one.
Who's these guys? Who's this? Like, who are these guys? And I know that. And I read a lot of stuff. I went back. It was a really unproven year for Alabama. These freshmen are going to be good. They're going to probably be first round picks. But right now, you're not like a guy like there was no Jamar Chase on this team. No freshman that came in.
There's a reason why they didn't make it to the college football playoffs. It's not the Alabama that we have seen. They were still good. You know, they're still a well-run
I put
program.
That as like he dealt with a lot of young crap.
And that's what I'm getting to. It's like we have seen this guy struggle a little bit with Alabama. And usually with Alabama quarterbacks or top 5 teams like this, you don't see that struggle early. They're like kind of like a guy like C.J. Stroud, who we'll get into, Chris Olave,
Marvin Harrison Jr. hanging around.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
You know,
Jackson Smith.
All the weapons you can have. With Bryce Young, he's gone through the struggle. So I give him credit on that.
I do too.
And I've been hearing some of the stuff on how he prepares and how intelligent he is, and it shows up on film. He doesn't get confused by zone coverage. He knows where to go. He's one of the first quarterbacks I've seen from Alabama to make checks at the line. If you watch an Alabama game the last 2 years, he's making checks at the line like an NFL pro. That's impressive.
It definitely is one, and I don't want to just be the guy because I just want to point this out. I have him at 3. That doesn't mean I don't like him. It just means I like 2 other guys more than him. So like my pros were like, I like his arm. It's good arm. It's not Anthony Richardson. It's not like a bazooka. It's really good though.
Yeah.
He throws the ball with good anticipation. He throws the ball with touch. He throws the ball he can rocket it in there. I like all that about him. It's not just like, who was it a couple years ago? We're like, all this guy throws is fastballs. Trey Lance. This guy all he throws is fastballs. He never throws like, hey, let me just get this over the linebacker right in between the safety. It's really good when it comes to that. He's definitely quicker than he is fast. Yeah. And I don't want to make this very clear. There's no run game with this guy. This guy's not. You're not going to be like, hey, let's do a quarterback power with Bryce Young. No. Let's not do that ever.
He's going to slice and dice the defense with his arm.
Correct. And he plays like a pocket passer, which like I said, that's kind of a pro to me. It's like, hey, you're going to play in the pocket. You're still going to get hit. And that's one of the things I kind of didn't like. I was like, he gets popped a lot. And like, not like, oh, he got hit. Oh, he went down. I'm like, damn, he kind of got teed off on.
Yeah.
And there's a game against Tennessee. There's games against LSU. And I'm like, dude. You already got hurt in college once.
Yeah.
If you get hurt in college, more than likely you're going to get hurt in the NFL.
When I started off with the Tennessee game. That was one of my first games I watched, and to me, it was like Alabama's kind of being overmatched right now. Like
they were down like 28.
Yeah,
7,
like Jalen Hyatt was tearing them a new one. Like that was part of it.
That game was just like, man, there's no defense left in college football.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And so the summary to sum up Bryce Young. I think he's a stud. If he was 6 foot, he would be a no-brainer, slam dunk, #1 pick, in my opinion. It's just because of the size. And to me, the intangibles...
Is that not valid, though?
It's valid. It's most definitely because...
But the NFL's come a long way.
It is.
At 5'10", 10 years ago, we're not even talking about this guy in the first round.
And you know what, Max? I think that's the theme with a lot of guys on offense this year, especially with the running backs. But receiver too, like everywhere in the NFL right now, we're kind of seeing the trailblazers right now, like the 5'9". You see guys that are 5'8" that are like, man, he could be a top 5 pick. The tape as well, but it's like, how can he live up to the NFL standards of being big and taking hits? That is a concern. You look at a guy like Brock Purdy. We're talking about him at the end of the year. It's like, this is why small quarterbacks are Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, and I just want to point out, people are going to talk about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's built. He's a big dude. He's not no 200 pounds. Like, this guy's small, slight of frame. Yeah. And one thing I say, like, from a play standpoint, when it gets a little messy around him, he gets antsy. And I'm like, oh. And, I get it. You're a young kid. But the one thing I don't think he'll ever really have, and, he'll do it from time to time, he's not like a Josh Allen that can play with the chaos around him, or Big Ben. Because those guys are humongous. Like,
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Yeah, Joe Burrow does a good job of it. And he's a smaller guy. But it's just like, oh, there's people flying all around me. And they're just like, I'm just standing here. We can take it. F it. That's something I don't think he'll ever have, but that doesn't mean he's not worth the top 10 pick. And like I said, my top 3 guys are worth a top 10 pick in my book. Yeah. So I have him as a top 10 pick. I think he's good. To me, player comp, mini Drew Brees.
I have Drew Brees.
Are you serious? That's funny.
Yeah.
I guess this 40 time because he didn't run about 4.8. That's about right for him, which is fine. It's good enough to today's NFL. You don't want to pocket. You don't want to stick.
Yeah. I love Bryce Young, dude. To me, he's the #1 overall pick. I think.
Can I talk about my #1 quarterback after this?
Yeah, but if I'm the Carolina Panthers, I bet on Bryce Young. I bet on.
That's where I disagree with you.
I bet on the character, and I bet on the high IQ and knowing how to play quarterback over the size. If like he has everything else but the size, I'm just like, dude, just pick him.